Hello, so you're interested in the Salida, Colorado real estate market? Well, in this video, I'm gonna be talking about the housing market statistics for this past May 2025 for Chaffee County, Colorado, which includes Salida and Buena Vista, Colorado. And you're gonna wanna stick around into the end because I offer some insights and some tips into navigating this market as a buyer now that we're in the summer selling season. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. This channel is all about living in Salida, Colorado and the housing market here. So if that interests you, please be sure and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications so you're the first to know when new informative videos become available. My name is Monica McCarthy. I'm a realtor that specializes in Salida, Colorado and surrounding areas, and I get calls all the time from people like you looking to move here. So whether you're thinking of moving here in a few weeks or a few months, please reach out to me. All my contact information is below, and I'd be happy to schedule a time to chat with you and help you make a smooth transition to the Salida, Colorado area. Okay, so let's dive in a little bit more into the Chaffee County, Colorado housing market stats for this May 2025. To summarize for you now, our inventory continued to rise, our buyer demand remained steady, and our home prices went down a little bit. But stick with me, I'm gonna get into details on all of those things plus some tips like I mentioned. Okay, home inventory first. Sellers brought 119 new listings to the market this past May, which was 33% more than last month and 13% more than last year. And we ended the month with 283 active listings, which is the most we've seen in our market in years. So right now we definitely have a high amount of homes, our inventory is high, and this does shift our market into more of a buyer's market. Now, buyer demand. The number of homes that went to the pending or under contract status increased compared to last month. This month, there were 53, and last month there were 45 homes that went to the pending status and 41 the month before. So we're starting to see a steady increase in the amount of homes that went under contract. And the number of homes that closed this month went up 13% compared to last month, but they went down 39% compared to last year, which shows the buyer demand has not increased as much as it did this time last year. And our days on the market have continued to go down, which is pretty standard for this time of year. Homes spent a median of 16 days on the market, which is 6 fewer than last month and 21 days fewer than last May. So it's showing that our days of the market have gone down even compared to last year. So that buyer demand, like I said, is pretty steady. Now to price. The median close price for a home in Chaffee County, Colorado this past May 2025 was $705,000, which is 2% less than last month and 9% more than last year. So last month prices went up a little bit and they're now back down a little bit and closer to the standard median price point, which is about $705 right now. But compared to last year, we have gone up 9%. Now looking at towns individually, Salida had a median close price of $789,000, while Buena Vista's was just $577,000. And so I always like to point out our market is crazy small, so it can fluctuate quite a bit. And as you can see, the homes that closed in Salida were obviously more than the homes that closed in Buena Vista. And so in that small amount of homes that closed overall, obviously it was higher price points than Salida last month, but there are certainly months earlier in the year when Buena Vista was higher. So it kind of depends on the month for that one. Now, single family homes closed at 97.7% of their listed price this past month, which is the same as last month. And the year-to-date percent of list price received, which looks at the average of the list price received throughout the entire year, is 97.5%, which is 0.5% more compared to last year. So homes are closer to their listed price now than they did last year at this time. So we're fully in the summer selling season right now in Chaffee County. In fact, as I'm filming this, Salida just finished FIBARC, which is our largest festival. It's a whitewater festival that draws in thousands of people. And there's just a lot of tourism this time of year in both Salida and Buena Vista. A lot of people come to get into the river, explore the outdoors, everything that this area has to offer. And with that comes a lot of people who fall in love with this area and want to buy homes. So this area tends to increase in the amount of buyer activity that we experience in this time of year. And this year is looking like that as well. However, like I said, we also have a very high inventory. So it is still a buyer's market. market. So we're seeing that buyers have a lot more options of homes, and we're also seeing that buyers in many cases have a lot more negotiation leverage, which is a good thing if you're a buyer right now. However, our days on the market are going down. So the way it's been for a while is buyers have an ample amount of time to look at homes and take their time in making a decision. And right now, that's not always the case. It really, really matters on the house though. I actually anecdotally recently had two situations that my buyers, representing the buyer for both of them, went into multiple offer situations for homes that went on the market within a few days. So we went into multiple offer situation for homes that had just gone on the market. And so in those situations, obviously you don't have as much leverage as a buyer, and it becomes very case by case because both of those houses were priced really well and they're both very desirable. So I've said this before and I'll say it again, it really matters to get pre-approved before you even start looking at homes and to get aligned with a local realtor who understands the market here and who can act quickly for you, because both of my buyers in those situations were pre-approved. And I can tell you the first one, we actually won out on the multiple offer situation. We saw the house within the first few days it was listed. We were the first offer in, and we were able to negotiate a favorable offer with the sellers and win out on that multiple offer situation. The second one, we saw the day the house came on the market. We were, again, the first offer in, but then a cash offer snuck in as well, and we ended up losing out on that one. It's hard to compete with cash when you've got a loan. So I guess if you're able to do cash, that does give you some leverage. Not every buyer is in that situation though. So when you are a buyer in this market, it really does matter to get that pre-approval letter and work with a realtor that can help you identify when the house is in a situation where you do need to act quickly. You don't have time to look. If you're watching the market long enough, you might be able to start telling for yourself as well, but really just to know this house is going to sell fast and that one might not. And so if you see a house that really works for you, then get pre-approved, get a realtor to show it to you, and work with somebody who knows your situation really well and can help you get into the house quickly and negotiate a favorable offer for you, because it really does make a difference. And then on the flip side, if it's a home that's been on the market for a while, because we are seeing a lot of that as well as our inventory increases and buyers have more and more options, you can actually be in a situation where you have more leverage and can negotiate a really good deal. So in situations like that, I actually have a new video where I give you some tips on how to negotiate a favorable offer and for homes that have been sitting on the market for a while. So be sure to check out that video if you want a few more tips on what to look for in those homes and some red flags and things like that. So that's all to say, it really does matter that you're pre-approved and who you're working with, and it does make a big difference in the outcome of your home buying experience. If you've got questions about the Salida, Colorado real estate market, the Chaffee County area in general, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to elaborate on these numbers for you. Be sure and schedule a time to chat with me. I'd be happy to talk to you a little bit more about our market here and how I might be able to help you. And if you liked this video, please be sure and like it and subscribe to my channel so you're the first to know when new informative videos become available, and share it with a friend who might also be interested in the real estate market here. I'd greatly appreciate it. Either way, I really appreciate your time and thank you so much for watching.